Hey y'all, Miss Mother Trucker here. Trying to get this right where we can get some fireplace in there, get some of me in there. How y'all doing tonight? I know I don't think I've had a video out in almost a week. Hey Billy, how you doing, sweetheart? I am sitting here in Tennessee. I'm got a Tropicana load going from Florida up to Wyoming. Well, hey Gary, how you doing? Zach, how you doing, sweetheart? Anthony, Ghostman, and Raymond, how are y'all doing out there? Let me let my brother know that I'm live, and my sister-in-law. Hey, I'm live on YouTube. Okay, well, let's see if they pop in or not. So what are y'all up to today? A to C, why did you leave Prime? I still hold Prime Freight. I went over to BLC because I was supposed to get to start doing Alaska Freight. And then right after I went there, the vice president of the company or whatever told me, we're not going to let you do it. Within 30 minutes of me hanging out with my old dispatcher. So what I was promised over there, they told me I'm not going to get to do. So it is what it is. But I'm still hauling freight, just on the ACE side of it, you know. So for Prime Logistics instead of Prime Inc. And actually, since I've been over, I love my dispatcher. His name's Cody. He's not Mary Hamlin, don't get me wrong. No one's Mary. But, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. But anyway, Cody keeps me, kicking it. And the loads over on the logistics side seem to pay better and you stay a lot busier. But the thing is if I was out on my own authority, I would be able to keep everything and do whatever I want and still haul Prime Freight and have all the discounts and not pay anyone. So, you know, but right now I am where I'm at. But it's basically we're still hauling Prime Freight. Not basically, we're hauling exactly just Prime Freight. I'm in Iowa in orientation for TMC. I've never heard of TMC. Have y'all heard of TMC? Tell us about it. And is it your first job or are they a training company? What's the deal on TMC? Let me see. So what have y'all been up to? Because I haven't been on in, oh gosh, I missed last week's live. TMC's flatbed, okay. Back and Chrome flatbed, okay. Flatbed company, train company. They haul flatbed stuff, cool. Hey David, black truck flatbed, nice. Yeah, all I've ever done is, y'all like my pajamas? My little panda bear. I love my little panda bear pajamas. Just like Maverick. Hey, yeah, when I first came into trucking, I almost went to work. I think it was for Rick. And but you would have to go to a school, and I ended up going, found Prime, and I ended up at Prime. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. I do not regret coming to Prime at all, not even a little. Prime was my best decision I ever made. Let's see. Billy, I've been driving for 17 years. Okay, rock on. So are you company or are you oh help me here, lease or owner op? I'm not sure what you are, but you know, there's advantages to all of them, honestly. Found your channel through my trainee was gonna kill me. Right, dude, that was scary as hell. That little psycho bastard, I don't believe he's at Prime anymore. I mean, he was insane. But wait until I do that video about my TNT, which drove me into being a trainer. My TNT trainer at Prime literally held me hostage for 3 months, was abusive, emotionally, physically, just totally. It was a very, very, very bad experience. I mean, it was bad. And when I say bad, I mean it was bad. And I will be doing a video on that. I just haven't been able to emotionally get through that type of video. It was real. I mean, I swear I have PTSD from it. And I know that's one of them words. You know, like, I was triggered. Give me a fucking break. Dylan. Yes, very serious stuff. I can be dangerous thing. I'm stuck with a stranger on the road. Yeah, you know, this dude was big. I'm not a petite girl. I'm 5'11". I used to be 6 foot, but 5'11". And this dude was like 6'6". He is a big guy. He was intimidating as all get out. But, you know, is what it is. I'm glad that it worked out how it worked out. But, yeah, this new company is, it's a company. I mean, you know, I don't know what to say about it. But if I ended up going out on my own authority, I would be, I would get 100% of my money, and I could haul Prime Freight full time and everything else. Load I'm on right now is a Tropicana load. We're coming out of Florida, and I'm delivering to Wyoming. It's 1,800 miles, and I'm getting $2,900 to do it. And for a Tropicana load, that's not bad. I would have preferred taking a Tropicana load right into Georgia or something and dropping it, rather than being stuck on one this long. But it's all good, you know. Jeez, my deals keeps wanting to jump off of me. Lord, y'all. Okay, there we go. It's trying to undress me here. The panda's trying to let the girls out. We don't want that. I'd get in some trouble on YouTube. I'm glad you're happy. No one said I was happy, child. I am where I'm at. One thing that's exciting, you guys, I am headed to Alaska, flying out, I think it's on the 10th, right, Suzanne? I'm leaving on the 10th, and I will be there until the 18th. I fly back home and flying out of Denver. So I'm real excited about that. Oh, and I got new graphics on my truck. Not totally new, just one of the pinup girls on that side is new. But for the same World War II bomber era look, you know. You seem happy. Oh, just as a person, I'm a happy person. You know, it is what it is. I mean, I just, you know, it's really, honestly, the change was a lot of stress because my truck was down, because it was being repaired. No shade on the new company or anything, it's just how it happened to be. So I was down, and then getting the new DOT numbers put on, just a bunch of different things. They do things slightly different than we do at Prime, even though we're hauling Prime Freight. I think some of the stuff is a little repetitive, but it is what it is. You know, it's not my company, it's their company. So if they want me to do a little extra this, a little extra that, I'm going to do it. That, you know, you agree to work for someone. But I've got to say, I've been being run, that little dispatcher of mine, they run my ass off. The pay rate is, that being paid for the freight is different than hauling the same freight on the Prime Inc. side. Prime Logistics freight, for the same freight, you're getting paid more per mile, and we're getting a higher percentage. But the thing is if I'm on my own authority, totally, I'm going to get 100% of it. Also, on that side, you're getting no one's getting a percentage of your detention pay or anything else. No one's taking any part of your fuel surcharge. It's yours. And you're getting all, and I do mean all of the Prime accounts. You got access to all the Prime terminals and everything working for them, or if I go on my own authority. But if I'm on my own authority, I'm get a lot more of the Prime perks, as it were. So if I'm hauling Prime freight for myself. So, like right now, when I get paid, I don't get a paycheck until Monday instead of Friday. I can't just go on my app and look up my pay. So, there's just a few things that are different. But nothing that's like, oh my God, I can't work for these people. It sucks, So what's this new company, this flatbed company, what's their orientation like? Hey, can y'all all hit me that thumbs up button real? I would be so grateful if you did that. Oh, y'all, the Northern Lights, I was looking at them on that live stream. They are gorgeous. I cannot wait to do live from Alaska, from North Pole, Alaska. I rented an Airbnb right down the road from where my home used to be. And it's in an airplane hangar, y'all. I'll be staying in an airplane hangar, Alaska. Is it great training? They say Prime has one of the best flatbed training programs. I don't know, as far as learning to secure loads and all that stuff. But I'm glad that's going good. How long was your orientation? Let me see. I swear, y'all, I got something on my screen on that. But yeah, I'll try to get out a video here soon, you guys. I have really been just a little bit tired. This is my first week on the road. And, like I said, once they got me on the road, it has been go, constantly moving. So, and it's weird to me that I can go, and I'm still hauling Prime freight, to go from, how we were running at Prime where you hurry up and set. I am pre-planned a day out before I ever get it. And it's good paying loads. There's not a lot of extra time on either side of the load. If I deliver that day, I'm out on a load that day, another load. It's not, how at Prime we weren't getting them until the next day. Nope, it's not like that on the other side. It's a different sales team, and it's also different dispatchers. But my dispatcher was really good. Who already have a CDL. It's 2 weeks. Orientation's 2 weeks or training's 2 weeks? 3 weeks. Orientation? You mean training? Well, no, you know what you're talking about. You've been driving 17 years. Even Prime's orientation was only like 3 days. And this company that I'm with now, BLC's orientation, it could have been done in an afternoon, but it took a few days. It's just, they move at their own pace there. But they cover everything that needs to be covered quite well. It's just, and I love their recruiter there. The recruiter's real nice. The payroll lady there is nice. I guess she's payroll. We still have a Prime payroll person, but we also have their payroll person. Let me see. Orientation is probably 3 or 4 days, but your training's a couple weeks. So, what kind of driver were you before? Reefer, or were you still flatbed? I don't know how long Prime's flatbed classes. Now, on your training, do you have to go out with another driver? And are you going to be leased, or are you going to be, help me here, or are you going to be a company driver? Well, I'll tell you though, guys, I have been so wore out since I've been coming to, since I got here. And I haven't run like this since a year ago. I mean, it's nice to be running hard. I mean, hard. They are running me real hard. One of my problems was that I ended up on nights for a little while. You know, I'm not a fan of nights. I will run nights, but it was wearing me out. And because of how some of the loads ran, I had to run my clock purely out. So I'm on recaps right now, but you know, I got a couple bad days of recaps coming. So, you know, I'm just going to have to tweak things. But I love running like this. I love running this hard. Because they're keeping us busy. I mean, this dispatcher, he's like a little pit bull. He's like, you know, greedy one can be. You're just going bam, bam, bam. He's like taking that whip out, going, come on, that runs you like a little dog. It's exactly how I like to run. I like to go, go, go. But, you know, I'll tell you, I was so tired. I was like, last week, I was like, okay. You know, I think that was my first night out, was last Wednesday. So that's why we didn't do a live last week. And then I've got to, that fireplace looks awesome. I know, I'm loving it, y'all. Here, see? But, oh, you guys got to really be careful. There's some snowstorms and people are having to start to chain up into Wyoming. So I know I'm going to be hitting the snow. And I got my warm little pajamas on. They're those real soft, you know, real furry soft. And they're soft inside, not just outside. I have some of these that are, you know, they're all soft on the outside and the inside's like itchy. I love sleeping in these things. They are just so comfortable. And with winter coming on, child, y'all make sure you keep that emergency on your truck. Make sure you stay with plenty of food, supplies, water, plenty of extra blankets. Because, you know, and if you guys can arrange to get yourself a little buddy heater in case something goes wrong with your APU or your truck and you get stuck on the side of the road in one of these winter storms. So make sure you have the 911. Make sure you run your APUs. If you have an APU, make sure you put some fuel. You run it, that diesel heater in your APU for at least 30 minutes to an hour. And make sure you get all that stuff all mixed up in there. That way nothing freezes up on you. And I'll keep that alternative. If you have a toolbox underneath, carry yourself a buddy heater plus a bunch of those little cans, you know, a few of those cans of propane too, where you can hook them up. Because caught in some winter storm, sometimes it can take, when those big pileups happening, you can end up on the side of the road for a few days. And don't leave your truck. Don't try to walk out. You wait there. Someone will come to help you. But come into this winter prepared. Too many times we hear about weren't prepared every year. You know the stories, y'all. Y'all hear them. And we have fatalities. And with all the weird weather we have had so far with these tsunamis and hurricanes and all that crap, we need to really be watching out for this winter. I think it's going to be a bad one. I think we're going to have some major pileups this year, so make sure you're not following too close. And most of the times, it's the truck drivers. It's some damn four-wheeler getting stupid, and we end up in the pileup. And once we're in them, it's just like smack, 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 and then all the little four-wheeler, little squish buttons. But, you know, you guys just be careful. When it's bad, pull over. If you get stuck somewhere, don't be afraid to chain to get to the next deal. You know, it's just not worth getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you guys think about what's going on with this election? Are y'all ready? Has everyone voted? Early voting stuff? Yeah, it's always our fault. And see, they put us to a different standard. I know we're professional drivers. But you know, sometimes because some idiot does something, they cost us. They really do. They cost us, and we're blamed, even if it's their fault. Oh, isn't that cute? That's so sweet. That's Mother Trucker for president, okay? I'll be Trump's vice president. How about that? We'll get rid of that young kid that's running with him. And I'll get in there. We'll straighten some shit out, okay? Right? The Mother Trucker Trump card. Oh, well, it's too late. Well, I guess it'll just have to be me and the daughter after Donald runs this, next race. But, we'll see. We'll see. I have no idea how this election's going to go. I think we're going to hear a lot about it's going to be huge one way or another how this falls apart. If Trump gets in, I think we're going to get to see some real low interest rates for a while. We're going to release all those reserves, so as truckers we're going to make more. But I mean, I think it's a mess. I really do. There's a lot of Kamalas out there, doing all kinds of stupid shit. You know how they talk about Karens? My new saying's, that's a Kamala. You know what I mean, y'all? Now, Kamala Harris, I don't see how these Democrats are supporting her. She is an absolute joke. I'm not calling the Democratic Party a joke. I'm not saying Democrats are a joke. Kamala Harris is a joke. She thinks her constituents are so stupid. She goes in like, it depends on who she's talking to. All of a sudden, she thinks she's born to them. She goes in to talk to some Korean people. Oh yeah, I love you so much. You got to vote for me. We have people going everywhere. It'd be so good, and you have a little kimchi. She goes and talks to another race. She just changes it. Her accent changes with everyone she talks to. She's fake as hell. I can't stand someone who is that fake. And the thing is she didn't campaign to be the head of the Democratic Party. She just landed in it because they brought Biden down. I think that was their plan all the way along. She didn't have to fight for it. It was just a bait and switch. So, and they brought her in at the time, got Biden to step down at the time they did, because when a new candidate comes in, it's always, they get ahead in the polls for a little bit because there's something new. And I think they planned it like they planned it just for this, but that's just my opinion. If you guys are Kamala supporters, good for you. You got the right to. If you're a Trump supporter, good for you. You got the right to. I'm not criticizing anyone for who they support or who they don't support. That's not what our channel's about. But as a trucker, I was a military wife. I've always been a Republican. But I've always been what you would call a liberal Republican. Okay? I believe in people can love who they want. I support the lesbian, gay, and trans. Real trans people, not, I think I'm a furry today, or I got a beard and I'm wearing makeup and going in the ladies' room. No, not those type of people. And, I don't understand this LBGT plus. What's this plus thing? Is it like a gay guy that gives super head or something, or a lesbian that's a super licker? I'm not sure what that plus shit is, or a transgendered woman with a third tit. I mean, I don't get it. It's so different than when we were young. There might be a whole bunch of you young people out there in this audience. But when I grew up, I'm, Gen X. It's different. I don't get it today. I think we've gone a bit batshit crazy out there. But like I said, I think I want to live in the type of country that we're free to be who we want to be. I call myself a liberal Republican. You know, I believe in our right to bear arms. I don't believe in abortion. Of course, I'm 60 years old almost, so I don't really, have a dog in the fight anymore. Um, I, you know, but I also believe in, if someone wants to wear a dog collar, walk around and go woof, 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 okay. But I'm not going to call you a dog. I'm not going to pet you and throw the ball for you, okay? If you want to identify as a hippopotamus, okay. But I'm not going to call you a hippo. And if there's one person standing there, I'm not going to say they're them. But if you want to say they or them, okay. I don't criticize anyone for anything they want to do as long as you're not harming someone else. You know, and I want to live in a country we are free to be who we need to be, to vote for who we want to vote for. You know, I piss off everybody. I piss off the Republicans and the Democrats. You know, I live right in the middle. That's where common sense fucking lives, right in the middle of this shit. You know, you got extremists on both sides. But I think there's only one candidate coming up this election that can get us out of the mess that we're in, and that's Donald Trump. I'm sorry, I don't like the man. I think he's despicable. I think all this, oh God, Jesus walks it. No, he doesn't. But out of who we got to choose for, who we have to pick from, the best candidate is Donald Trump, hands down. If there would have been a better Republican, I'd have been all for it. But I think right now what this country needs is an asshole. We need, and one thing I like about Trump, and he showed to me, he wasn't like, oh, Mother Trucker, listen, girl, we gotta talk, okay? I will prove to you, no. But what he's shown, his first term was a shit show. He did a lot of good, but overall, I thought he was an asshole. I thought he was very immature. That's the only reason Biden got it. But when I watched him campaign again, he's matured as a candidate. He's matured. He's become more of a politician. Everyone goes, oh, we like him. No, we need a politician White House. I'm sorry. We do. But we also need someone who knows is going to make our country strong again, who's not going to take the bullshit, who's going to tighten up our borders. You know, we need someone who's going to make us financially strong again, to turn around our economy. And the one to do that, there's only one person that ran in this election that can do that. And it sure as hell isn't fucking Kamala Harris. It's Donald Trump. He doesn't pretend to be someone he's not. She's, depending on who she's talking to, that's who she acts like. It's a fucking mess. And if you're a Kamala supporter, I support you in the right to support Kamala Harris. I support your right to do that. Donald Trump supports your rights to support the candidate you want to support. Kamala Harris cannot say the same. Okay, let me see. Fox News shows Trump at the Green Bay airport in a brand new garbage truck. Yeah, you know, okay. I just don't like the comedian did in that New York Alley smackdown about Hispanics. No, I don't like anyone who talks that bigoted shit. But that comedian is not Donald Trump. Specifically when he made that awful joke about Puerto Rico because I'm from Puerto Rico. Now, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. You know, the thing is I think that, you know, it's a comedian. He's not Donald Trump. Just like there's some people on the Democratic side that make sense, but they're not the ones running, and they're not Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is a piece of shit all on her own. There might be good Democrats. She ain't one of them. Just like, everyone who says they're a Republican, some of them are extremists and psychos. Some of them are like me, that's a little more liberal, a lot more liberal. And then some are like Trump. I think Trump is the very best man for the job, and I'm praying that gets in. And you will not, after the election, you're not going to hear me talk any of this political shit. But you're right. Donald Trump needs to. He does. And a lot of Democrats are saying Donald Trump needs to win. A lot of my gay friends, trans friends, lesbians, I don't have any of the friends that are these letter people or these super gays that are, the plus people. I guess that stands for a super gay. I don't know. It changes constantly, y'all. But, the thing is I do support anyone to be who they are. I support anyone who wants to vote. I don't care if you are black, Mexican, Asian, or what. I don't care if you are Democrat or Republican. I don't think any less of you a good person. I don't think I'm any better than any other race. I don't think I'm any better than a Democrat or, well, unless you're Kamala Harris. Who's black my ass. She ain't black. But I don't see what it matters. I think she is worthless. I think she's a cackling jackass. And I think she's an insult to the Democratic Party. And everyone's like, we need to get rid of the Democrats. We need to get Republicans. No, we need checks and balances. We need a Democratic Party. We need a Republican Party. We need them to balance each other out. Personally, I think we should get rid of all the parties and have one party, an independent party. That way, candidates can actually take a little from this side, a little from that side, and they can run on tickets that have because there's things that the Democrats do, the things that the Republicans do. I kind of agree with things on both sides. I don't think a candidate should, if they're going to be, they're basically Republican, they can vote on issues on the Democratic side that they believe in, or the Republican Party turns on them, and vice versa. If we got rid of the parties and had an independent party, which you could still have a few candidates running just like we do now, three primary candidates, an independent, a Republican, and a Democrat. I say you get it down to 3 candidates, but they're running on their own platforms on what they believe. They're not tied into a bunch of beliefs that are party specific. Do you know what I mean? At least that's how I think. Love you, sister. My head has been pounding. Okay, my love. Love you too, sister. Get some sleep. And I will talk at you later, sweetie. But anyway, now that's just my beliefs, y'all. Y'all believe any which way you want to believe, and I support you. This is America. That's what makes our country great. Is that we can believe any which way. But right now, this country is hurting. I think we're headed for, if we keep going this way, we're going to end up in a depression. And, the Biden administration has driven us into the toilet. So it doesn't matter if Trump wins or not. If he's going to get blamed for all the shit that happened in the Biden administration, because it will carry over into his. He's going to be working on it, trying to fix it, but it's going to carry on. But, it is what it is. But hopefully we get another strong leader, because he can only go one term. There's something saying that as long as it's not 2 consecutive terms, I mean, that they can run 2 consecutive terms. And since there was Trump, Biden, they're saying that he can do 2 more terms because they weren't the first term and this term weren't consecutive. I don't think that's right. I think you can only serve 2 terms, period. I'm not sure. You know, smarter people will have to solve that. But we're going to see. But one thing I do got to say, since I've come over to this other side, I'm calling it the other prime. To me, it's like when I was under Junior's authority, not under his authority, when I was driving one of Junior's truck. That's what it feels like. You know, I was at Prime, but I was under Junior. I feel like I'm on the Prime Logistics side, but under VLC. But on this side, man, they run us hard. They run us hard. We're getting paid more for, and I'm not talking like between 90% and 72%. You know, I'm getting 90%, but I'm getting 90% of what VLC's getting, which is more. They're getting paid more for the very same loads than what Prime Inc.'s getting paid, if that makes sense. And plus, on the logistics side, they do not take any of your surcharges, any of your detention, period. Whether you're with VLC or you're just in Prime Logistics, your own authority. Which is nice. Yet we get all the fuel discounts, we get all that, which it's really nice. So, anyone have anything awesome going out there? Any winter warnings? Have you guys heard of any? Because we are not, I mean, shoot, we've been up there and we've been down. I mean, it's up and down. A lot of people don't like the political talk, and I understand that. I don't know if we're having trouble with the reception on this or not. So if we're not going to get any more out there, I'm going to get some sleep. But we'll see. I'll give it another couple minutes. And if we don't pick up here, I'll go ahead and check out. But if you guys have anything you want to talk about, spit it out and let's get to discussing. And if not, I will get off here and I'll let you guys get some rest, and I will try to get some videos out here soon. Like I said, I've been running hard, and I'm adjusting. Hey Patrick, how you doing, sweetheart? I'm adjusting to what's going on. Hey Donna, how you doing, honey? Long time no talk. Alrighty. But we're just going to have to, y'all, my poor little brain, have you guys ever had that where you get to talking about something, you had an idea, and then it's, the older you get, trust me, the more it's going to happen. But, no, it's just been the same and not the same. I feel more controlled now than I did before. I don't know. It's just different. But I am running more. I know I'm making more money. So it's kind of a trade-off. The thing is I'm just going to have to give it some time, and then I will give you guys an honest review of what's going on, what my recommendations are, as far as where I'm at. Hey, you started the new job. Yes, I've been here. I've been running for them for a week today. I started orientation a few weeks ago. The reason I didn't get out any sooner was because my truck was in the shop being repaired where that jackass hit me. And so I was down for a minute while they were doing that. Then we had to put the new DOT numbers on, stuff like that. So yeah, that's what kept me getting out sooner. But that said, I am out, and my new dispatcher his name's Cody. I miss Mary, but Cody, man, and the sales team on the logistics side, it's two separate companies. It's Prime, but it's like Prime on steroids on the logistics side. You are just run, 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 run. You do not have time to breathe, and that's a good thing. You're getting paid more for the very same loads, plus you're getting a higher percentage. So it's different. This is exciting time for you. Proud of you. Yeah, I am excited. I am enjoying it. But I was really looking forward to doing the Alaska thing with the company, which was ripped out from under me after I officially had left Prime the day after. So, it is what it is. But I am flying to Alaska. I'm switching my license to Alaska. And I will, if not with them, haul Prime Freight. Not Prime Freight, haul freight up in Alaska. But right now I'm here. I like a lot of the people here. I've met some new people that work for DLC too that are real sweet. There's just, like I said, there's good and bad in every company you're in. I've got to say, I'm running harder for a higher percentage, and the logistics side gets paid more for the very same loads that priming side gets paid. So there's definitely advantages. If I was on my own authority, I'd be making even more. But then you have no backup. So let's say something happened to me out there. Well, Prime Inc. would still kind of back you up. If I broke down, they would get me towed in. Road assist would. You still got that kind of backup, but there's something to say like Brent, the owner of the company I'm at now. If we got offered a real high-paying load that it delivered Thursday instead of Wednesday, a lot of drivers are like, no, I need a payday load, I need a payday load. It all comes out in the same. You just might make more on the following week than that week. Brent will literally float you an extra $1,000 or $1,500, put it in your check, and then just take it out on the following week, where you don't feel the pinch and you still get that great load. See, I never do that shit. I'll never take an advance. I'll never any of that. That's not me. But if we're in the position you were living paycheck to paycheck and so forth, like by the time I get this first check, I'll have gone an entire month with this switch over getting a paycheck, and I paid my payments ahead myself on my truck. So, but some people aren't in the position to do that. This is one of those companies that, the owner, he's got a soft heart. He will come, he will step in, he will help his drivers out. So like I said, it's, if I went out on my own authority, would I have that type of backup? Maybe. Well, yeah, with Prime. But not far as Prime giving me an advance pay or something, but I don't need an advance pay. I don't put myself in that position. And the other thing, you can only, at BLC, you can only go up to $3,000, or is it $1,000? Something like that in your emergency fund. They call it a vacation. And I'm like, I used to have, $15,000, $20,000 in my emergency fund, have another $20,000 in my savings account. I don't like that I can't have more than a certain amount in my emergency fund. Now, the Prime Logistics side, they have a bond that you got to keep it around $3,000, but they can take the cap off that. You can use it just like your emergency fund and build it up to, I think it's 99,000. But what I wanted to do is max out my fund and put, like anywhere 500 to 1,000 a week in it. And when it hit that point where I have more in it than I owe on my truck, just pay the Pearl off. So I have less than 2 years left to pay that's owed on the Pearl. I want to try to pay her off in 12 months. That's my goal, is to pay this truck off in 12 months. I'm fixing to get rid of my property there in Arizona, because that's $1,400 a month with insurance and all that. So I want to get rid of that. I just bought that new pickup. I want to get her paid off, but I want to pay the Pearl off first, because you think about it, my truck payment's $1,300 a week on this truck. So if I pay her off, that's $5,400 a month extra in my pay settlements. That's a lot of money, a lot of extra duckies, because you're wiping out all those interest payments and everything. And trust me, the interest is high. She's high. So if I pay the Pearl off, I'm going to save all that interest. It's going to be a lot of extra money, a lot of extra duckies. And then I'm only paying, let's say I was out on my own authority, I'd only be paying $1,300 a month in fixed cost. Not bad. So, I look at that, and that includes my bobtail insurance and all my insurances. But I will still be paying into a bond and maxing that out, but I'll move it to about 500, just flat 500 a week. That's 2,000 a month. That way, let's say my motor goes out on the Pearl or transmission or anything real expensive, I have the money to fix it, because I don't want to buy another truck, because I'm only going to be trucking another 10 to 12 years, and I want to quit in 11 years I'll be 70, and I'll go until I'm 72 and I'll retire. So that's how I see it. But so that's what's going on with me, guys. Okay, it is 50 minutes. I'll go another 10 minutes. Then I'll be at the hour mark, and then I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. So anyone else out there got any new jobs they're starting, or any new companies you guys have heard about that you want to talk about? Or do you got any questions for me about the company I'm at? Or any questions about Prime? So if you guys got any questions about any of that, anyone hear about any winter storms coming in, anything we need to be watching? How is the Volvo treating? Okay, when I first got, no, I do not, absolutely do not prefer a freight shaker over my Volvo. I'm sitting here at my dining room table, y'all. This truck is humongous inside, way bigger than the Volvo or the Peterbilt. I know I'm going, oh, the Peterbilt. No, she's not. Volvo is better than other trucks. Yeah, this Volvo, I like having my dining table. I'll sit here and kick back, watch videos. I'll cook here. I took the passenger seat out, which gives me a lot of room. I like my upper bunk. I have my Galazon in here. I love this truck. When I first got her, she had some kinks that needed to be worked out, and she went in the shop a few times. And believe me, because it was between this and a Peterbilt. I wanted either this or a Peterbilt or the Kenworth. But the dining room table is really what sold me, because I spend so much time in my truck that, I like to cook. I like to sit down and eat. I like to do little projects, craft projects, whatever. I like having this dining room table. I like having my little fireplace setting up here. I have my deep freeze there, but I'm fixing to pull some stuff off the truck, put my deep freeze over here, and build a countertop there where I can start cooking over there, and having a deal that I slide on that goes out the window if I'm cooking, because I will not cook any crab legs, fish, anything like that in the truck right now. Good evening, Vic. How you doing, my sweetie? Because I don't want that smelling, but I'll cook stuff like Mexican food, Italian food, stuff like that in here now. Good evening. Your truck is amazing. Love the place. Yeah, I love it too, and I love my changing LEDs and stuff like that. Are you a three? Yeah, I'm on a 3-year purchase because there's no way I was paying all that extra interest. You know, it would have been $1,100 instead of $1,300 a week. I'll pay that extra couple hundred a week and not a whole year off my payments. It just didn't make sense to do it the other way. You know what I'm saying? And it planned to knock off a year if I can by just stacking duckies to get this paid off. And when I'm down Alaska, there's a place in North Pole I'm going to go look at. It's just a lot, but it has well, septic, and power to the property. It's almost 2 acres. I'm going to go look at it. I'm thinking of putting my 5th wheel on it and maybe eventually putting a dome or a yurt to turn it into an Airbnb, because I want serious land for what I say serious, probably about 40 acres up in tote. But property I think would be great Airbnb deal up there. We regret we didn't get a Volvo, because don't have me wrong, we like Peterbilts. Yeah, I love Peterbilts. But the issues, you know, I think there's issues with Peterbilts as well as the Volvos. It just depends on the truck you get. You know, it's like once in a while you get a truck that is a lemon, or a truck that has trouble. Like this Volvo had a lot of troubles when I got it. Not a lot, but she was in the shop a few times and it pissed me off. But now she seems to have most of her kinks worked out. I'm really thrilled with my truck. I like how she rides. I want to get I have an aftermarket seat in here, but it's a Legacy, and I want to get a Bostrom high back memory foam, the Serta collection. Heated, cooled, massage seats. Because I want to be leather. I want to go down the road like I'm in a damn Barker Lounge, or like in those Class A RVs. I'm getting a 2025 Volvo. Anything I should be looking out for? No. Are you buying it through Prime? Yeah, and it gets me. I'm in a 2024, but the 2025s that Prime is getting, they have the digital dash, and I'm so jealous. If I would have waited one more year, it would have thrown me a year behind. So I don't so much regret it. But they also have the Murphy bed that folds down, and you can fold it back up and have your dinette. I would have loved to have that feature. The reason is, up top, I would have put a bunch of tubs and stuff for storage, and I would have slept down here, because all I would have had to do is fold it down and had my mattress, a nice bed, and fold it back up. So that I wish we would have had the option for, because you'll have your dinette and everything. But with this, we have cushions that'll make out into a bed, but they're uncomfortable. They're great just to set in, but they're uncomfortable. So, you know, we got the 2024 Peterbilt, from Prime, and wish we should have got. Now, are you buying it, or is it just a standard lease? Because you can just put your money down and buy the Volvo and turn that truck in. You just won't get your end of lease bonus. But yeah, I went back and forth between the Peterbilt and the Volvo, but what sold me is the driver's lounge. I love this driver's lounge. This thing is awesome. Awesome. Especially now that I don't have a student on here, y'all. It feels like I'm in a little apartment. You know, I really set this up like an apartment. It's really nice. You have your privacy. I always have, because when I got a student on here, half the time my table's down. It's a pain in the ass to put it up. But when I park, I can sit back here, watch TV, have my little fireplace going. A lot of times I'll take the fireplace, put it over there, up on my, I put that aftermarket dash on so it's flat. That's where I'm going to put my little Christmas tree. You know, it's just, you can really, really set this up special. How do I like it at BLC? Well, we're still, you know, time will tell. Time will tell. I like some of the people here. You know, a lot of the things that I was told I would be doing, I was informed after I was officially hired that that was no longer on the table. So I've just got to wait and see. You know, I love their recruiter. He's a real sweet guy. I love my dispatcher. He's a prime dispatcher. He doesn't work for BLC, and he does all the dispatching for BLC, but he also does dispatching for other people on their own authority that are owner-ops. That side looks very interesting to me. And let me tell you, the way we are run with the sales team, because Prime Logistics and Prime Inc. are they're two separate companies. Prime Inc. gets all their runs from Prime Logistics, just like BLC gets all their runs from Prime Logistics, all their freight. But if you're on your own authority at Prime Logistics, you cut out the middleman. And so, you know, it is what it is. I'm fine right now. I really came to this company because I wanted to go to Alaska, and that's not going to happen with them now. If you need the money from the lease, please from Prime to give a... Yeah, if you need that, you know, you can wait. I didn't need the money from my end of lease bonus. I had it in my emergency fund. I just took it out. If you max out your emergency fund and then you also start a little savings on the side, like take out 400 a week, 500 a week, whatever, you're going to do good. But I would take my emergency fund, max it out to the 22 cents a mile. You know, you got to make sacrifices. I made sacrifices. I mean, it was nothing for me to just take the money and put it down. But the thing is I believe you got to pay for your extras up front. If you're getting a Volvo, you don't got to pay for the extras up front because they're, you know, they come with everything. All you have to do, let me see. No, you can't what? What can't you? Can you use the money from the lease completion incentive from Prime to give the down payment? Okay. If you give up your deal before the end of the lease, you lose it. You don't get any of your end of lease incentive deal. But if you're not worried about that, what you can do is you can tell them, when is your batch of your Volvo's coming in? I want this color. And you can put, I think it's however, like 4,000 down or whatever. I don't know how long you've been with Prime. And then they'll take, you can pay out so much a payday. You can say, okay, if it's going to be in by this date, I want you to divide that into so many paydays. And then they'll take out so much until by the time you get your truck, it'll be all paid for. You know, that your down payment will. I had enough and I just threw it down. So, you know, and I think I pulled it out of my emergency fund is what I did. So, you know, it just depends on how you want to do it. But the great thing is, And I would do a 3-year. Yes, they have the digital cash for sure. And I would so, if I were you, get my own truck, because in 3 years, if you do the 3 deal, imagine what can you do with an extra $5,400 a month above what you're making. That is insane money. It really is. That's some huge money. And think about it. Okay, I paid, at the end of 3 years, I'll have paid $184,000 truck off. Imagine if you took that same money, that extra money, and I'll have more than done it, paid that much off. I'll have paid almost $300,000 because of all the interest. But let's say you took that same amount of money and put it in an account every week for the next 3 years, or let's say 4 years. You could go in and buy a $750,000 house cash with putting any extra money out than you were already putting out. Think about that. Jim C is going before you. Yeah, well, that's Jim C. He went 4 years. But good for him. He's got to make his own decision. I think when you volunteer to do an extra year for a couple $100 a week difference, that shows poor financial planning. That shows that you cannot, and I'm not saying, I don't know what Jim's deal is, but to me, you're going to give up all that money for $200 extra a week, a whole year more of an indentured servitude of the tune of $1,100, because you're going to have the lower pay, $200 less a week. You're going to pay $1,100 a week, $400 more a month for an extra year. Over $200 a week? I don't think so. To me, that makes sense. A lot of people, they're instant gratification, and they're not willing to make the sacrifices that are necessary to get ahead in life. Nice, we like the Midwest Regional. Yeah, I'm on Midwest Regional right now too, because I kept us running all the time. Okay, so with Prime in your Midwest Regional, I just started Midwest Regional, and Jesus, yeah, I am hopping and bumping and hopping nonstop. But like I said, the sales team over here is different. Everything's different. And that's another thing, y'all. Let's say you buy, and that's where there's so many opportunities. I hear so many people trash Prime. So many. And I'm not one of the Primeites. I used to be Team Prime all the way. A lot of stuff pissed me off. But I really cannot say anything bad about Prime, because what Prime's allowed me to do, one thing, I've bought properties cash. I have done so much for my family, my children, because of being at Prime. I came after I lost my company because the governor shut us down during COVID. Started a whole new career at Prime. They got so many different ways you can start your own fleet, like Lyle did, Junior Honduras did, and several others. Yes, we are Midwest Regional since my husband started with Prime last year, and the routes are really busy. Run. I know, I love being busy like that too. And being in the meat patch, I mean, there's good paying loads, most of them. But you can come on here, you can be company. You have a 401k like Kirsty. That's her jam. You could do like Junior Honduras. I think Junior Honduras is a lot better example than Lyle. Nothing wrong with Lyle at No Hippie, I'm not saying that. But Junior, I just think the man's brilliant. Honest to God, I think Junior is, I'm really impressed with Junior Honduras. Okay, Eric, driver's lineup, several trucks. Lyle, several trucks. Those are some men with um, an eye on the future. So, but you can come in and do that and stay under Prime's authority as an owner op and run that way. Or you can take your fleet after you build it up with Prime. They're financing these trucks. You're putting drivers in them to make the payments. And once those trucks are paid for, that's your extra $1,300 a week in your pocket. And that other driver's driving for you. Plus you're getting money off them. They're only getting paid per mile. Okay, next all Junior's trucks are paid for. He doesn't own one of them. I think Lyle he doesn't have any that are paid for right now because he sold one. But his other one I think will be paid off soon. We stopped talking a while ago, but no fallout or anything. We just, so he's going to do him. Junior's doing him, but Junior, I think as soon as his trucks were able to pay off, he paid them off. But okay, so that's one way to go. Prime helps you if you want to start. Or let's say, okay, you want more freedom, and we get a lot of freedom. So you could go company, which is no freedom, but you got a 401k, you got retirement, you got vacation pay. You can go lease operator, have it into lease bonus. No money down, yes. You can go lease purchase. You put your $14,000 down unless you've been here a few years, and I think it drops $1,000 a year or something like that. And a lot of people, they'll finish the lease, so they're into lease bonus and buy their first truck. So you can purchase your truck, you pay it off, then you have no truck payment, and your pay jumps up by, for me it would be $5,400 or $5,200 a month is what mine will jump up. So, or $5,400 a month is what mine would jump up once I have my payment paid off. Or you can turn around, buy that truck, take that same truck over to the Prime Logistics side, which is the side I'm on, and be under your own authority. Then if you don't want to work for a month, or you want to pull for me and then pull Prime Freight, but you lose your Prime discounts, you got to have that trip number and everything just like at Prime. But you don't have a governor on your truck, you don't have a camera on your truck, anything if you're on the Prime Logistics side under your authority. So no more governors. You can take the super singles off if you want to. You can you can do with your truck whatever you want on it. But the great thing is you can get that truck purchased at Prime at Success Leasing. You can buy it through Success Leasing. You do not have to wait for it to be paid off to go out on your own authority. Prime will support you in it. They will help you in it. So they have so many programs that can fit you for what your needs are. I wanted to come over to BLC because I wanted to do Alaska Freight. Now that's not happening, which is fine. It doesn't mean I'm jumping ship off BLC. It does not mean they're not a good company. It just means that fell through for me. Would I still say if you want to haul Prime Freight and you want to make more and you want to stay busier, would I recommend, if you're a owner op, coming over to BLC? Yeah. I just happen to have different designs. I wanted to go to Alaska, and that fell through. So let me see. So in regards with the down payment, you can either give that $14,000 at once in cash, or you can get it out of your settlement until. Yes, but understand, by the time you take delivery of your truck, you have to have the full down payment paid. So, and I think to order your truck, you got to put $4,000 or $5,000 up, something like that. And then the rest has got to be paid off by the time your truck gets in. So what you need to do is figure out how long it's going to take to tuck in. You got to come up with an initial few thousand, whatever it is. You'll have to ask Success Lease, and I just paid the whole thing. I didn't care how much it was. And then they will take it. You say, I need you to take this much out every week until it's paid for. And that way, because they'll be able to tell you when your truck's coming in within a few weeks of it. So you want to make sure that is all paid for. And if you have any extras, it's also got to be paid for within a certain amount of time. So yeah, I mean, there is so many advantages in so many programs at Prime. So it's all in what works for you. And, you know, if I was willing to give up my truck, I could take a VLC truck and go out to Alaska if I was willing to get a hazmat. But I'm not. I'm not willing to do that. I love my truck. I'm keeping my truck. I'm not getting a hazmat. Because if you get a hazmat and you're out on your own authority, or you're with, like, you're an owner off a VLC, your bobtail insurance, all your other insurances shoot through the roof. I'm not doing that. I want to have a paid for truck. You know, it's cheaper for me to, even if, let's say, in 5 years I had to put a new engine in this truck, $25,000, $20,000. Okay. But I won't. I take good care of my truck. And I'll still have the money put aside because I will max out my fund until I have 99 grand in it. And, you know, I can just put a new engine, a new transmission if that ever comes up. But the thing is, now that I'm no longer training, I'm golden. So, you're wanting to buy a truck. Are y'all running as a team, a husband and wife team? And are you living on your truck? If you are, you shouldn't have any trouble saving up pretty quick to have the money for a down payment on your truck. And how long of a lease are you on? Are you on a 3-year lease? Or are you on a 4-year lease? You know, you got to look at all that. But one thing I have noticed is the price of trucks are jumping up every year. And so are the amounts of the payments. Because I'm paying $1,300 a week. This same truck a year before was only like $1,100 a week on a 3-year, and you know, they just have steadily gone up. So, you know, you just got to look at all that. But anyway, guys, I am going to get me some rest because I got to run. And but I did not want to miss this live with y'all because I have not done a video in a while. We are going to be running as a team, husband and wife. We unfortunately have we still have my house. Well, you can sell your house or rent your house. I'm getting rid of my house too, so. But I'm buying that property up. I'm going to buy property up in Alaska, but I'm going to start buying stuff cash again. And I'm probably going to sell my property my one property I have that doesn't have a home on. I got 40 acres in Arizona. I'm going to be selling that. I own that outright. But I'm going to sell that. I'm probably going to keep Florida land. So we'll have to see. Hey, Billy. How you doing, sweetheart? Well, I'm glad you're on here, darling. Well, I'm going to be getting off, though. So, and I'm going to start putting videos out again. I might start shooting again tomorrow. But with, you know, everything out. But I am getting used to this. And I'll get used to running like I'm running again. And used to the differences. The logs are way different, too, over here. I mean, logs are logs, but their system for it is different. Thank you for answering. Oh, I don't mind answering your questions, honey. That's why we're here, to help each other out. You know, and I really do look forward to spending time with you guys on Wednesdays. You know, I like doing my videos, but I like doing my lives because I actually get to interact with you guys. On the videos, I do seem more intelligent because I can think about things and set things up. On the lives, it is what it is. We just talk and bullshit with each other, and I really do enjoy that, even though I can edit it to look better. Um, let me see. We might see you on the road. It's running Midwest. Yeah, you probably will see me on the road. Um, do they have cameras? Yes, they do have cameras at VLC. But when I do go out on my own authority, guys, I will have outward facing cameras because I'm putting them in, but I will not have inward facing cameras. That I think outward facing cameras, which, you know, and the thing is though, honestly, the cameras didn't bother me at Prime when I had them. I was one of the test trucks. And here at BLC, it just doesn't bother me. I think people have better things to do than to sit there and watch the cameras on our trucks. So anyway, guys, lots of love. And until next time, Miss Mother Trucker out.